Hello everybody, welcome back. I am EonShiKeno and I'm going to commentate a game here with Far.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Yeah, what is up?
I don't know, I'm just saying hi.
What is up is a TvP on... shit, what's the name of this new map?
Shit, I don't know.
I don't know the name of this map.
I don't know either.
It's one of those new bad...
This is one of the new ladder maps, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those new bad ladder maps. I'm just hoping that...
Yeah, I haven't... I've seen a couple games on. I guess... looks okay, but...
No, it doesn't make any sense. What's with 4 Zellnaga towers out there? What is that? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's kind of goofy, huh?
So I'm hoping that if I just never remember the name of it, it'll just go away pretty soon.
Yeah, like... I'll watch it turn into Delta Quadrant or something.
Hey, I actually enjoyed Delta Quadrant.
I prefer... Personally, I liked Delta Quadrant too, but everybody and their mom seemed to have hated that map. That was a fun TvT map.
Yeah, it was a little small though. I could see why people, but I don't know. That was back in the day whenever I sucked at Starcraft. Everybody sucked at Starcraft.
It definitely wouldn't be fun for the matchup we've got right here, which is Terran versus Protoss, because of those back of the base warpins.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't even know what to say about these names. I don't know what they are. They're Korean.
Yeah, red versus blue.
Red versus blue. There we go. Protoss versus Terran. Good old fashioned, simple as it gets. And that Protoss player is gonna scout first.
Is that a pylon scout? 9 scout? I don't think so, actually.
Yeah, I think it was a little later.
The Terran decided not to scout either way, so that's kind of the...
I usually do a late scout because there's nothing to
versus Protoss, yeah. You generally want to go, like, after your barracks.
Yeah. Unless it's, like, a gigantic map, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So...
It all comes down to personal preference and what ends up working best for you, but really there is no reason to scout right after your depot.
I'm not quite sure who these players are, but one of them has a lot of APM. Both have a lot, but one has even more.
One's more jittery than the other.
Exactly. Kind of surprised. Well, actually, that kind of makes sense. Which way do you like to scout whenever you're scouting? Do you have a pattern you go with?
I think I generally go counterclockwise.
Probe's going to come back.
No, it actually depends. Sometimes it's just kind of like my instinct based off where I'm located.
Gotcha.
Like, I guess if I was in the right position, I'd automatically go down, but like if I was the Terran now, I'd automatically do what he did.
So he's going to go for a factory, and we've got a refinery coming up. Looks like we're going to have a 1-1-1 build coming out of this Terran player, and this is a Korean ladder match, in case anybody wants to know.
I think those 1-1-1 builds, that's kind of I always kind of thought that was going to be what Terran's standard build was, just because there's like so much adaptability with that. You can pretty much make anything. Yeah,
you just have to worry about a 4-gate.
Mm-hmm.
That can always crush your hopes and dreams as a Terran player.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess 4 gates don't seem to be quite as common as they used to.
I've actually hit him quite a bit in ladder recently.
Have you? I get maybe it's just me. Maybe I've just been lucky.
Stalker doing a little pokey poke, and hiding an expansion to the top left from our red Terran player.
Huh, that's kind of risky.
I like a little bit. That's a scouting SCV. He's like, you know what? I'm tired. I don't want to go back to base. Yeah, he's tired. He's like, I don't want to go back to base. I'll just build a whole new base in mine from over here.
Blue's doing a good job with that Stalker. Didn't lose any health. Was able to poke up a couple times, poke that Marine a couple times, a couple shots, not lose anything. Go to reactor, tick lab.
Looks like we're going to see a all-in here from this Terran player. Is he going to go that Marine, Banshee, Siege Tank all-in?
I like.
Well, it wouldn't be an all-in.
Getting a fast observer out that leads to a more adaptive play, not just kind of like blind guessing and stuff like that.
Oh, the SCV's going to get in there! SCV gets in there and scouts out the robo. So
he might have even seen that observer pop out. No, he probably... Well, either way.
He would have to assume there's going to be an observer, but the location of that Terran command center way up there, that's not going to be scouted anytime soon, and he's going to assume this is all incoming. So, which it isn't, because he has an expansion. It's just going to be a delayed all-in.
Yeah, because he's got 3 add-ons. I wouldn't assume that he'd put down a command center either.
Unless you're like really paying attention to the timings. You see the first tank come out, and you're like, that tank should be a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you'd have to know it like the back of your hand, and even then you might just think that maybe they goofed up a little bit.
Yeah, it is ladder. You may think, well, that guy's just a little bit bad. So he is making a robotics bay, or Protoss player is, so he's sticking to one base here. He's going to try and defend this. Has some units in the back of his base here, getting ready to defend drops or something, maybe a Banshee.
See, the thing about Red putting his command center way up there is he can't really for any SCVs from his base.
He's making another command center.
Oh my
This
God.
is, I think he's totally metagaming this Protoss player. Because on the ladder, seeing this all in is so common. So look at this Protoss player. He's doing everything he possibly can be doing to defend against it. He's going 3-gate with the Colossus. And he's like, you know, getting ready to defeat this build. But it isn't coming. This Terran player is totally macroing up like a boss.
Look at those poor guys in the back of his base and his mineral line. Where's the Banshee? Where's the Banshee?
There's no Banshee. It's a Raven. Look at this observer. He saw the expansion. He's like, oh shit. He's got an expansion. He doesn't realize there's yet another expansion.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know that it's a third.
Yeah, a third. And
the problem with that though is he can't really put any SCVs up there though without like risking giving a scout away to blue.
Yeah.
Can't main arm him from his main.
You can drop double mules up there though. That's what I do whenever I double mule your expansion.
Generally, you want to do that though in case you lose it at some point.
Yeah, obviously. Well, I just like dropping mules at your expansion. That way it evens out your mining. That way your main won't mine out faster than your... well, it will mine out faster, but it won't mine out as fast. And your expansion kind of keeps your probes.
Yeah. Well, my reasoning for always doing it was, well, if they pressure this and kill the expansion, at least I got as much out of those minerals as I could have.
Oh, that's another good reason, too. So our Protoss player is in the lead as far as supply goes, but behind in basically macro, I can see this Terran player really kicking into gear with this. Looks like he's going to add on a cut. He's got some barracks coming out and making some Vikings. Did he actually scout that? Yeah, he did scout. He scouted the robotics bay. And here comes the Banshee finally showing up. A little bit delayed. That blue player still has those units in the mineral line. He's nothing if not determined. He's like, finally, it paid off. I got rid of the Banshee. That was worth it.
Right off the bat here, I'm not thinking that blue's playing as well as, you know, he could, I guess, in his shoes.
What do you mean?
Metagamed, or
he is getting metagamed.
He's just kind of sitting there and being passive. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I think it's being safe is not necessarily bad. It's just not as whenever you play risky, it can either go good or bad. Like with red, you know, if blue 4-gated him, it would have been over.
Oh yeah, even he could have. I don't know. I mean, his second just seemed way too delayed.
Blues?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he was anticipating.
I guess
a cancel,
like you said, yeah.
Would he have? Maybe he was expecting a cancel coming out of that fake like expansion or something. I don't know, but definitely a lot of weirdness going on from red this game, and blue's just trying to figure it out as he goes along here.
Yeah, I guess he just decided, waited until he knew the all-in wasn't coming in, and then put it up.
So, man, he's going to be on, he's making 4 gas all at the same time here, so red's going to be up on 6 gas, like, any second now. 5 barracks, starport with the reactor on there, and a factory. Doesn't look like he's going to make anything with that factory.
So he could push here.
Stim and combat shield.
He's going to have about, he could lay down 2 PDDs.
Yeah, that'll be nice. And what the hell, how'd that Colossus get hurt? What did I just miss? Banshee. Banshee came in.
I imagine it's Banshee.
And I'll put it up in the the picture after.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either one.
So everybody saw it except us.
I like how he goes north to repair.
It's closer.
I'll never know I'm here.
I like to see that observer maybe be a little bit more active. I know he can't really run into his opponent's base because of the observer, or sorry, the Raven. So it's in a smart position, but
or at least scouted like
or get a second
for like some super fast expansion or something. He's got a 4th going up. Red does.
Wow, he is macroing it up. I mean,
4 orbitals. If he makes that an orbital, like that's just Mule City. Oh my gosh, it's too many minerals.
I wonder if there's actually a city named Mule City.
Bro, well, actually, I don't know. That's bothering me though. Red, his bottom gas has 4 harvesters on it.
Wait, what?
It might be one of those goofy,
4. It's got 3.
On a second?
Oh, on a second.
Natural?
Oh, 4. Okay, dude, that is nothing. I commentated a game with, I think it was Select. Had like 25.
Oh, isn't that the worst? Like when you've rallied it to a gas and you didn't even realize that you did it. And you're like, why is it not?
And it was like that. It was like that for about 10 minutes, and he noticed it, and he pulled them all off there, but he left the rally. So then it like got to like 25 more. It was like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's because you're sitting there like freaking out about your multitasking, having to play mile a minute, and something like that screws you over there. So it's just frustrating.
Terran is pushing out. He's got quite a good force here. No Ghost. Like you said, he's going to have 2-point defense drones, 4 medevacs, 5 Vikings, a lot of Marines, Marauders, and using that factory. And look at this Protoss player. Look at him backing out. Was that... I guess he's just getting a better concave here, and he's going in for an attack.
Oh.
Raven, point defense drones going down. Archon focusing down on the tank. Immortals focusing down on the tank. Vikings taking out the one Colossus. Kind of overkill. And there's so many Zealots forcing that Terran player back. Immortals. And it looks like this Protoss player just took care of that pretty easily. Yeah,
he actually had a good unit composition for it. It was Zealot heavy, and he had an armor upgrade on him.
And there were quite a few Vikings there to kill one Colossus. And now this Protoss player is going to have Storm. Man, just think if he had Storm that fight.
Yeah, that's
Storm just finished.
It's kind of a thing all Terrans worry about. It's like, oh no, he's making Colossus. You kind of have to make Vikings in anticipation of that.
So,
but you never know. It's hard to know when he's like if he's just made 1 or 2 and he wants you to overproduce on Vikings, and then your Vikings are almost useless.
So here's what Blue's thinking. Blue's thinking, man, I just dominated that guy. I'm probably doing pretty good. But he doesn't realize that Red has already out-macroed him, and he's up like 20 more supply than he is already after basically losing that fight.
Yeah, Red's at like 74 workers right now.
Yeah.
He could be on 8 gas right now if he wanted to.
So while Red did technically lose that fight, he's winning the game in my book.
Yeah, because the lack of scouting early on.
Look at all these bases. Now he's making an armory. Ghost Academy's done. Maybe we'll see some nukes. Now he's got 4 starports, or sorry, being able to build 4 air units at once. He's got double reactor on there, so that's pretty sick.
Yeah, now that he's got high Templar, kind of like he can't really go Banshee. You just feedback.
So our Protoss player just took his 3rd at the 17-minute mark, and then Red's on his 4th. That's already been done for a while.
And with 3 orbitals, oh, that's so painful to watch.
I gotta look at the harvester count. 70. Whoa, 80. It just jumped up by 3 there. 80 versus 62. And gonna have a drop here in the top, and he's gonna do a lot of damage to this team. Maybe he'll just suicide, take it out. He's going for the pylon, doesn't want any warbins.
Yeah, he's Marauder heavy.
Yep.
You just nuke it.
It's going down. And he's attacking from the front at the same time with the rest of his forces. And once again, that Protoss player backing out, trying to get a flank here. Man, that's gonna work out so well for him. Look at all those Colossus. No Vikings to speak of. Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. See, Red, they're both kind of scouting poorly. Didn't know didn't know he needed Vikings for that battle. Blue didn't know that. Well, I'm imagining he didn't know that.
Oh wow!
Already 4 bases.
Pylon being taken out. Nice storms on top of all of those units. Robo dying. Morphing in an Archon. He's going to take out the Twilight Council. A lot of tech going down. It looks like Blue's going for a counterattack. Twilight Council is going to go down. Big fight here in the front. Nice force field storms on top of everything. Blue is wrecking Red's house over here. Some Ghost EMP is going to go down. It looks like there's just medevacs left, and unfortunately they can't heal each other. Red's going to have to macro up a huge army to get back in this game. Blue is running out of stuff to warp in. 3 gateways down.
I don't know that he has enough barracks inside his main to be able to...
Yeah, once you get in the production facilities of a Terran player, it's hard to join your forces back up.
It's hard to put them up.
Yes.
Yeah, like that Ghost almost got like insta-gib the second he popped out.
Yeah, he does have 3 more bases though, so he can easily build like 10 more barracks somewhere because he's about like 2,000 minerals. So Red is sacrificing all these SCVs to this fight.
You know what's interesting? He could just go top left, start throwing barracks down, and I think he'd be fine.
He might be able to. The supply's still fairly close here. Marauders being rallied in. The Vikings now out. There's only 3 Stalkers left and a Marauder, and an Archon. Looks like the Colossus is going to go down. And Blue is taking out what's left of this base here. Medevac's still falling. Those need to get out of there. And that drop in Blue's base is still dealing a lot of damage over there. Vikings now being rallied out there. He needs every unit matters at this point. This is sort of a base race, but it's getting pretty intense.
Who can damage who more at this point? Who can recover?
That Archon's got 26 kills, 20 kills on that Immortal, 13 kills on an Immortal, 12 kills on an Immortal. Those guys have been there since the beginning. They're veterans since the first fight. He's gonna
be quite honest, I think I'd rather be in the Protoss's shoes right now because He's got his production. I mean, his production hasn't really been hurt.
Top left, there go all the barracks. So he's finally figured out, I need to replace this. Reinforcements coming in, a lot of zealots on the way. +2 armor upgrades. Those guys are going to take a lot of beating to die.
He's got to worry about, like, he doesn't have a starport up there either, and he'd have to remake a factory, and then he's got to put add-ons on all those barracks, so he's got a lot of...
he already has a factory. The factory's flying around the bottom middle of the map.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And finally that drop in the bottom left gets cleaned up at Blue's main. But I think that fight went better for Blue. Red is minus a base, but still technically in the lead in bases. He's at, like, 3 bases.
He needs to be a little bit more proactive with his observers, doesn't he? Check top left.
Oh, wow, look at that top right.
Zealot
scouts it. Zealot scouts it in the top right. So right now, Blue thinks he is on 2 bases. 3 Stalkers going to go take out this base in the top right. But there's a planetary there. Does he have the high sec? Nope, that's not. That upgrade is not done. But he still can hit those Stalkers.
That is a huge portion of the map to have just, like, forgot about looking at. Top left, though. He has. I don't think he's been up there near one.
This has been a pretty intense game for Blue, though. He's had a lot of stuff on his mind. Give him a break, man.
That's true, yeah. I just feel bad because, like, had he seen that, I think he would have won no problem.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
oh, look at that planetary on the right. Stalkers sitting in the back of the mineral line.
Denying mineral line back there. Good job from our Blue player. And it looks like these Archons are going to scout it. Here they go. They're going to see there's like 4 ghosts coming out there. He's going to have to land those Vikings if he wants to survive this. Needs the EMP those. Medevac's coming out. He's going to have to pull some SCVs and Marines or something. Here comes all the SCVs. These Archons are going to rack up some kills here. Zealots.
Mobius reactor just finished, so those ghosts won't have had the 75 energy to kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, those Archons are falling back, so he's aware of that. So Stalker's basically denying a whole base over here on the right. Zealot denying a base on the top. I have to say, Blue's being pretty efficient with his units this game.
he's able to come back from not seeing the super fast expand and camping his base until the 10-minute mark before he put a second up. That's surprising.
A lot of Archons are not going to push up this ramp, but those ghosts do have enough energy now. Those Archons are going to drop life so fast. Bunkers being placed. Wow, nice EMPs. Look at those Archons just dropping so fast. Zealot's now going to get in there. He's going to have to be forced to pull SCVs again. So many barracks still left up here. Blue's probably thinking, how long has this been up here?
Oh, he's supply block, crap.
Oh, he is at 60 supply, but he's going to have to do something. There's so many Archons here. Guardian Shield going up, and the GG from our Terran player.
Yeah.
Wow.
He really blew that, I think.
One thing I have to point out this game is probably not noticed by many people as super important, but I think one of the most important plays Blue did this game was whenever he saw the Terran player attacking, he didn't trap himself in his base. He left his base and then attacked from the top with great positioning, had a nice concave.
Just went and killed him, yeah. I was just like, okay, I'm going to go kill you.
If he would have attacked from his choke point in his expansion and then pushed out into that, he would have been like going into a concave, and that would have been terrible for him. But this way, he got
the Terran would have been able to reinforce a lot easier too.
Yeah, this way he got a whole surround on him. He just like, you know, encapsulated him, and it was just such a nice move. And he did it 2 times in a row, which leads me to believe it wasn't on accident. He definitely did that on purpose both times.
Yeah, in regards to engaging, he definitely had one up on his opponent and how to do it.
Had very nice army composition. So this just goes to show you don't have to play risky to win. You know?
And just because you're getting dropped like crazy, well, you know what? If you're getting dropped like crazy, your opponent's army probably isn't very big, and that Protoss showed you, you just go kill it.
Yeah, exactly. So this was definitely a pretty cool game. I wish I knew who these players were.
Red, blue.
Red, blue. Victory for Blue today. The Blue Protoss player getting a win here, but yeah, just like nice army control, nice army composition, not being like too drastic, you know, just keeping his calm, like, you know what, I don't really know what he's doing, I'm gonna play it safe.
Yeah, considering the huge mistakes that he did make,
not scouting
the top left,
but his
pretty much the top half of the map.
Yeah,
the top half of the map for a long time. He was able to not do anything stupid after that, stupid to the point where he lost.
Yeah, but Red had such a big macro lead. I thought after that first fight he was going to be able to, you know, macro up, and you know he had a pretty big army lead. But that
he had the macro. I don't think he ever had the production he needed. I think he needed more barracks in his main.
After he got his
only had
third.
Like 5 there, yeah.
Yeah, you usually have 5 after you have an expansion, not after you have 2 expansions. Yeah. Usually it's the number I usually go with, and I see most pro players go with. But yeah, unfortunately,
you really just need to like start throwing him down and stuff. And he was only at 1-1 too. I mean, for considering how fast he expanded and stuff like that, you'd think he would upgrade it quicker too. Particularly if you're to stay bio. Yeah,
that fight where Blue attacked Red for the first time at his base, he got up awesome force fields, and it was all those medevacs, no Vikings, so the Colossus were dealing a bunch of damage, and then the Archons dropping storms like on top of everything with the Zealots just hugging all the Marauders, saying, "You're not going anywhere. You're gonna eat these storms." That was just.
Blue's ground army had 2 armor upgrades on them. Zealots with 2 armor upgrades on them are so hard for Marauders to do any damage to.
You gotta kite that for a while to kill that, but Blue...
That basically kills your multitasking and putting the charge lots. All you gotta do is A-click them. It's not like you can really micro those against kiting.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, Blue, good play from Blue this game. Wish I knew who he was. So,
both of them.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's the end of the show, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed it. See everybody later.